Welcome to another episode of Up the Mic. My name is Alex Osho, as always. It's been a wonderful week, and of course, with me is still my beautiful Ada Lawrence Josephine, the Ada of the Mind podcast, the Gen Z body with beauty and brains, and she's still blushing as usual. Anyway, tell me, how has your week been?
It's been wonderful. Stressful. Thank God.
Okay, the rain. Oh.
The traffic.
Oh.
Thank God.
But it's your fault too. You should have stayed in your own village. Why must you come to Lagos?
I wonder, actually. I'll go back.
What state are you from to start with?
From Imo State.
Go back to Imo State
I can.
so that you won't suffer this river Lagos, or what do we call it now? Anyway, it's been a wonderful week. Thank you guys for staying true to us every week on Off the Mic podcast. Today we have in the studio, let me start with the beautiful lady to my left. Ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about beauty and brains, I think she exudes that also.
She does.
She's beautiful again.
Yes.
And I know there's one thing about career ladies. It makes them have one kind of panache, one kind of
They
word
just
do I?
stand out.
They just, oh my God.
They just stand out.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she's a finance lawyer, an equity lawyer. She's there to guide you so that you don't go and sell your destiny away. Please, ladies and gentlemen, help me put your hands together for Miss Omolade Afonja.
Hello.
Welcome out to the studio.
Thank you.
And of course, from the ancient city of Benin, I went to go and dig this one out. Ladies and gentlemen, a thespian by excellence, an OAP of repute, and of course, a comedian that will make us laugh in the studio. That one is certain, I can bet you. Please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. Uwa Idahosa. No. Uwa Idahosa is my name. That's how he introduces himself.
Uwa Idahosa is my name. I'm from the ancient city of Benin Kingdom. Wado.
Watokwe. The guy is so proud about Benin.
Yes.
We should be proud of where we come from. You know, that's one of the things. And as we're prepping for October 1st, I think one of the things we should all look into is making sure that we promote this country, because a lot of people see Nigeria as a dump site, but they don't know that this remains one of the best countries that God has blessed with everything. You and I, we make it so. When we confess positive, when we pull back those who have gone with our words and our actions. I say to people, location doesn't determine your promotion. It is determination. How determined you are makes you successful. You can be a dog in Nigeria. You will not change to be a lion in America. That's it. Anyway, That's not the conversation. Today we are talking about common mistakes that entrepreneurs make in business. And no other person to help us dig into this than your humble self. So before we dig into it, we want to know, who is Omolade Afonja?
Well,
Tell us everything. Because this one you're doing like you're shy.
everything.
Yes.
I don't take a deep breath.
Okay.
Let's
all
know
right.
you.
So I am a lawyer. I work with Peshton and Grace, which is a law firm. I deal with finance, with private equity. Basically, what I do, I work a lot with startups, even established companies, but startups, companies, and they tell me their business. They tell me how it is going, and what I try to do is I provide them with advice on finance. If it's a startup, I actually listen to them to understand their product, because we are having lots of founders that are doing amazing things, innovative products, like breaking the frontiers of what we know. Disruptive is what we call them. So we listen to them, we understand their solution, their service, and then we see how we can improve their business. And then when investors come in, we advise them, we represent their interests so that, like Mr. Osho said, they don't sell out their lives, they don't sell out their, So it is that protection, and we understand what is their problem, not problem, but their challenge. These people are good at making their products, but they may not be good at the business side. And that is the issue. So what we try to do is to make them focus on their product while we protect them on the business end of it. So that is what we do. We listen to startups. We also advise, the best way to go about their investment as they're seeking for investment. The best way to go about is what are the issues, risk that they should be aware of. So that is what I spend my day doing almost every day.
So what inspired you to go on this route?
Okay, so I think I started with startups, tech, emerging technologies, and then we noticed the trend, right? When a founder come, the next thing they are thinking of is how to scale, how to look for money, right? So it only makes sense that you be able to provide them with that service. So you go with the need, absolutely. So the startup will come, he has started making some business, he has started doing some things, but he needs to expand and he needs money and he needs you. And you're not like, oh, I don't deal with that. No, I need to learn. So my job is to find solution to your problem. So I saw that the issue of understanding their business, understanding their product, how to make their business go bigger, how to raise finance, and compliance, complying with the laws. Those are the three major needs of the startups, and that was how I evolved into financing. So yeah.
Good. Okay, so can you share with us a particular case you picked from scratch and you scaled the business up?
Absolutely. So to the best of my ability as a lawyer, because I'm not able to disclose.
Obviously, I get you.
Yes. So the problem is I don't know how much I can say. But one of my clients actually does verification.
Okay.
Right? So they verify your identity, they verify your address, and it is becoming necessary, especially with the issue of KYC. We hear KYC.
Yes.
And that itself came out of, anti-money laundering,
Yes.
combating terrorism, all those things, regulations by CBN. And so that's where you see that banks will tell you, oh, you need to fill this form and all that. And then they may also tell you that we may need to send somebody to check your address to know that you are
Actually living there.
Absolutely. So that it's because of those AML regulations that we now have, KYC, KYB. And so that brought across new service providers called verification service providers. So they check your address, they check your NIN, they are plugged into different databases. And so what we did, we had this client, that was before COVID, I believe it was maybe 2019, and they had this business idea that why don't we start providing verification services for companies? Maybe it's your employer that wants to verify, your references, your certificates and all that. And so we started with them. It was a good idea. We see the need for it. We started with them, their business structures. Then we review all agreement that they are having, then their platform documentation, their terms of use, because as people interact with their platform, that terms of use is what is binding. I know that we visit websites a lot. How many websites have we visited today? And you do not know that as you are visiting or using that platform, there is an agreement behind it that actually regulates your use of the platform. So we do that. We sat down with their product team to understand the product and look at where the issues will be, legal risk. Oh, you could have problem with this particular area. You could have problem with this. So that was how we started. And they've signed with so many banks.
Wow.
Right now, so many employers use them, and yeah, it's a good yes.
Let's go to you, Uwaida. That was a quick one, eh? You want to draw the mic, please? So, from the angle of an entertainer, what she's saying makes a lot of sense because we make a lot of mistakes when it comes to signing deals and all of that. What would you say she can, do to help in the industry?
I think in the entertainment industry, one of the things that entertainers really know how to do is to entertain. When it comes to the business aspect of it, it's a lot of work. And sometimes they even tell you it's stressful for their own work, or knowing the result that will probably come out of it. They don't really care. What they are passionate about is their work. And access to fund, they have no idea. You understand? They don't know loan. They don't know how to secure their future. Because to be honest, you see, entertainment is not something you probably. It's not something that has insurance till old age. So every entertainer need to understand that the gift you have is your access key. It is what you do with the gift. You understand? It doesn't matter your office, it is what you do with the office. So in the time of your popularity, use it to gain your access. Do what you need to do. Access where you need to access. So, because there's a level you are, and there's a level up there. And most times entertainment throws you up there. You are probably not there financially or status, but entertainment will pull you in. Sometimes some people just go there, eat lunch, and move away. But that was supposed to be your access. You understand? So most times, entertainers do not know when they see those opportunities. And for someone who is into finance and finance law, signing deals, they just say everything is lucrative in the eyes of the entertainer. You just tell them, say, they'll give you 3 million. Say, really? 3 million? And the thing is probably worth 200 million. He don't know. So that's why I say, that's a good deal, but I'll get back to you. And an entertainer should not go straight. He's go, my sister, I get something where they present to me. What do you think? Read this thing through and tell me what's obtainable. You understand? So you don't just jump in because you say it seems lucrative in your eyes, but you wouldn't know you are changing yourself. So sometimes entertainers should just minimize making decisions their own and consult people like this.
So from this one, go, please go.
A lot of times, like, I don't think I know personally, especially people in my age range. I don't think I know somebody that actually has a lawyer or calls a lawyer for advice.
Yeah.
So it's true. People actually don't even know these things. So they take up deals that's not even worth their talent.
Yeah, their time, their talent. Yeah.
So yeah, true. That's when you actually come in. Like, it is actually important that people become aware of these things. Yeah.
So Omolade, don't you think we've just opened your eye to another market? She should start paying us right now.
You know, I think it was earlier last month. I had the opportunity of giving this training at a boot camp by in Madhouse by Tikera. There were creatives there, and I was talking to them about intellectual property. That you don't see it, you don't touch it, but you're sitting on it, right? It's your asset. We talk about all the big men, the Otedolas, the Dangotes. We say, when you say somebody has an asset, what does it mean? And you talk about cars, you talk about, houses, you talk about money in the bank. And I told the creatives that your own asset is your intellectual property.
Yes.
And he was talking about, your access. That is your access. How to monetize it, how to get the maximum benefit out of that, milk it. That is it. And if you don't even understand the value of what you have, because asset is something of value, but you don't even understand the value in what you are holding, how can you take the maximum benefit of it? It is fine if you don't know so much about the business aspect. Nobody knows everything about everything. I don't know coding, right? But I may have an idea. Then I get somebody who knows. So what you do is to get a lawyer or somebody who knows about that. And not to speak bad about lawyers, but even if you don't have a lawyer close to you, which I suggest that you should have, it could also be somebody in that industry who has passed through that, a mentor. Absolutely. And by the time you begin to see the value of what you have, it's not just signing. You won't sign. I was telling them that it's a bouquet. You may say, you may use my image only in this area, only within this country, not outside this country. You can only publish it. You can't distribute. It's a bouquet of rights. And you milk it. You can divide it as you want. You can use it the very best way that achieves your goal. So that is what we try to do with entertainers. It is fine. Do your stuff. Enjoy it. Whether you're a comedian, whether you're an artist, enjoy it. But so that you don't have to worry yourself about, the business, get the business person close to you. And let the business person outsource the worry about business to that person.
It's called showbiz for a reason. So you do the show, let the person do the business.
Yes, absolutely. And it is the same for everyone. Even we lawyers, it's not about books. Right now, everyone, all of your employers will tell you you need to know the business aspect of law. So it is everyone, you need to know just a little bit out of it. Don't sign everything. Don't, and it happens a whole lot. And for some also, it could be because they don't understand all the revenue streams from their business. And you sit down with your manager, you sit down with your producer, you sit down with your director and know where are all the channels. Understand it. And then you can, and most of the times those people are not transparent.
Thank you. I was going there.
Okay,
I was going there. They are not transparent. Most of them are not. We said most because, of course, we still have the good ones. Yeah. Now, back to business. So I'm a business owner. I probably run a lounge. I run a restaurant. I run whatever business. Finding funds to run the business in Nigeria, it's like you have to kill yourself and die before funds come out. We find it that the likes of Otedola and Dangote that you mentioned will go to any bank and ask them for an extra $1 billion, and they will give them. Now, because one would say because they know that they have the what's it called, collateral and all that.
Yes.
And
They have
a
the
struggling
goodwill.
young man or young woman who is doing well by the books, you are seeing the person struggling, but what is the problem in Nigeria? Why can't we access funds to run our business? I'm saying this because I had to close down my business. Maybe if I had met you before now, I wouldn't. I closed down in March. He knows what I'm talking of. You get, because I couldn't just help, you understand, myself. It was tiring. So please share your knowledge. Let's see how we can revive the business if Omolade comes on board.
So I understand the challenges that businesses have in getting
Funds, facilities, actually.
Yes. And you've said, one of the reasons, the big people, they have the goodwill, right? They know that even if even if they loan them billions of dollars, their name actually, it's enough security. Do you get it? So we do have that. I think the first issue is with regards to security. You go to traditional banks, which we have in Nigeria, and you ask for loans, and they're asking you for real estate as collateral, as security. And not, especially when we talk about small and medium business owners, not everybody have
exactly. Yes.
real estate. So that even shuts them out. They do not have access to it. But then as time went on, we saw this issue, and actually in my law firm, we were the law firm that actually championed this issue of collateral security. I said, okay, let's talk about this barber, this hairdresser. She has hair dryer. She has, this. That is an asset, even though it is not a real estate. It is not real. It is they are movable. Why can't she rely on that? What about that farmer that has heads of cows in Bonu? Right? Can't we use that as a security? Right? I know that most of the times you are worried about, what if we carry the motor, go somewhere and run away? That is the issue about movable assets. Then they add this registry, the movable asset registry, where you can actually register, that asset. If it is clipper, the clipper number. If it is heads of cow, you can have tags, electronic, to track them. So innovation, and then you can unlock the liquidity, the money inside that, as they can now use that cow as a collateral for loan that you need. And that is like a good, how will I say, financing source for SME. So we thought about it, and there is now a law that has to do with that. That's Secure Transaction in Movable Assets Act. I think maybe 2017 or 2018, I'm not so sure. But then, we can look at that. So that is one of the issues that is in terms of security, right? Another issue could also be because the banks themselves, they see that, people like us are risky businesses, right? And for them, there are regulations that they uphold, or they how will I say, observe with CBN. They have to be careful. For every loan that they give out, there is a level of risk attached to it. And the higher that level, there are requirements that they need to match up with in their books. So they would rather go for the less risky ones rather than giving to real businesses like yours, like your restaurants, the barbers, the barber shop and all that. So they would rather go for maybe bonds, the federal government bonds, because they know that the government will not run.
So what is the fate of the common man? That's the point. What is the fate of the common man? So
there are options for you. We are beginning now to have some financing companies that they just deal with giving loans to SMEs. So we are beginning to have examples of that. And that is why also, I'm not talking about the loan app. They serve a purpose, and that is second kind of options. So the loan apps, I don't want to mention this because that would be so you have the loan app. That is why you can lend 5,000, 10,000, 1 million, 2 million, and they'll even be, and the banks are now beginning to see it also. Sometimes you'll be seeing messages from them. Oh, Omolade, you are now entitled to 1.2 million. It's because they know I'm working. Would they do that? You get it? But you are beginning to see a market for that. And then you are beginning to see some established institutions. They are not like banks and they are not the loan apps. They are established institutions, and what they do is they provide loans to SMEs with limited,
risk.
Yes, with limited requirements.
Requirements,
they look
yeah.
into you, they look at your cash flows, they look deep into your books, and then they provide the financing solutions that may meet your needs. Absolutely. So we are beginning to have that in Nigeria.
But currently, if I know,
Please.
Speaking of why this happens to a lot of Nigerians in terms of they not being able to get loans, it could also be that Nigerians are unreliable when it comes to things like that. Speaking of comparison with Otedola, the likes of
Absolutely.
Dangote, because I have a friend that is in Canada and she wants to study. Apparently, she's a PR. She has PR, right? So she can actually collect loan to study.
Exactly. That's my point.
And she's just working. It's not like she's working on any so much, but she can collect. I'm talking about up to $10,000.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Worth of those, but that cannot happen.
Absolutely.
And I think it's because Nigerians could be very unreliable. I
don't believe so.
See, I will not even wait for her to correct you. Nigerians are reliable.
Okay.
They are reliable.
Okay.
Some people are unreliable. It is not peculiar to Nigerians. If you live with Igbo man and you know say no, cash and go wrong too.
That abroad they do have the system that will make it impossible for you to run it.
Good.
For you to.
So it's a system thing, not a personal thing. It's not. See, the average white man will run a red light if he knows there is no consequence. You understand? When there are no consequences to wrongdoing, people will take laws into their hands. It's nothing about the nation.
In fact, to buttress your point, there was a time in Nigeria in Lagos precisely, growing up that what caused traffic for us was the traffic lights. Nobody obeyed or respected the traffic lights. But when Fashola came in, it was Fashola that this thing started.
Yes, now.
And they started saying you will pay or go to jail.
Yes, or go for psychiatry.
This thing. Even if you cross,
just stand on that line.
Cross.
It's 25,000.
You get. Everybody started obeying. So it's a system that makes everything work. The individuals are sick upstairs, but systems bring their senses back to normalcy. Anyway, so you're going to ask a question.
No. The question. I don't know if we are there yet, but I was thinking I'll bring it up later. But now that we are here, let me bring it up now because I know it concerns me and every well-meaning Nigerian. Because on the 1st of January, you see that personal income tax, I never really to understand that 20%, 25%, 80%, the way that they calculate that. I don't understand because, my mentality on that particular thing is the fact that you do not have the right to withdraw where you do not have a deposit. The country, before you open, I say you won't collect from my hand, who you help? We are just saying something about loan now. I can't access loan. After I don't go kill myself I don't bring something. Come now, you say you get 20% for inside. Who are you? How do you exist? Because it's the same thing we say about this Agbero. Say, You no do anything for. You say you load my motor. How far? I did the person bus stop. You waka enter my motor. If to say you know they first still enter. So now I'll come say pay the agbero based on waiting. Now the same thing our government done they do us now because I don't really understand this 20% where they talk now because
Maybe when they start collecting the tax,
if because the people who na they compare on ourselves to so these people they have practically made it almost in they have made everything available to their people. You understand? You can't be copy results and you don't copy process.
By that you mean America,
the West,
they provided the system that works for the people. So if they are taxing, they are taxing.
Light is constant.
All right, okay.
The average Nigerian, forget say we they complain. Go check all the areas where they get steady light. Where they say band. You still they hear people complain because when you they get service, you know they feel complain.
Anyway, let her quickly respond to that.
I think it's it's a general issue. It's not only like tax or anything. It's a social contract between government and the people,
citizenry.
right? I give you power to rule me, to govern over me, knowing fully well that you will take care of our common needs, right? And, I give you money in terms of taxes so that you can provide those social amenities. It's a social contract between us. Or maybe it goes beyond social contracts, even into the constitution, right? But the problem is when I give you now that taxes, which is mandatory, I must. If I do not pay my taxes, it's illegal, right? I've broken the law. So I must pay the money. But there isn't any reciprocal obligation on you to make sure that this flood that happened on Tuesday
did not happen.
So we have something called non-justiciable. So I believe it's the chapter 2 of the Constitution that talks about all the good things that the government should do, right? It should, education, and it just talks about them. But I can't sue the government for not doing that. Yet the government
can sue me or penalize me
for not paying my taxes. So that's what I'm saying, that that's just the way and the way sometimes the society breaks down is when we I talked about social contract. I am giving you this power to be,
in charge of my business, my affairs.
Of our, all we Nigerians, we the people, we are electing you to be our leaders, right? On that agreement that we pay our taxes, we do everything, we follow, your leadership and all that, and then you do well with us, you provide roads, you provide us securities and all that. The problem is when one side does not do it, it breaks that trust, right? And so you have a community, a society that breaks down, and I think it leads to something for we Nigerians are so used to it. We no longer expect anything from the government. We are hustlers, right? And that is it is our greatest strength as well as our greatest
downfall.
So you have would you have so let's imagine maybe 2 years ago, you wouldn't have imagined that maybe fuel would be 1,000 naira. If they had said it, you would have been like, we go. But then they said, we adapt. We go. We will scream, hey. But then Nigerians, we will do. We will walk and then.
So I'll share something with you guys. In 2016, I was in Houston, Texas. And I visited, my cousin actually called a friend of ours to accommodate me. Accommodation can be crazy abroad. So instead of me staying in one hotel, she just said, I have a friend who stays alone in a 4-bedroom duplex. Go stay with him. So I went there. The day I got there, the night before the next morning, it flooded in Houston, Texas. If you remember, 2016, there was one very heavy flood in Houston. I was there that night. And then we woke up to water everywhere, just like it is in Lagos too. So that's why I say people should stop all these Lagos flood or no flood. They happen for anywhere. It is how they treat citizens afterwards that matters. Now, TV, everything, all sport. The next morning, I saw government officials entering everybody's apartment, cleaning their apartments for them. Listen, they were to all our kitchen, everywhere. They cleaned everywhere the water was. They mopped it dry. Everything was done by them. We didn't have to call anybody. Anything that God spot, those guys took note of it and they replaced.
A system that works.
This is not something anybody told me. This is me seeing it myself, experiencing it myself in Houston. You get? Yes. So, I mean, if you're asking me to pay tax after seeing that, why would I complain? You understand? So, Nigeria, we hail thee.
You know, in my undergraduate days, one
Yes,
of my
sir.
lecturers, she's German, married to a Nigerian man, and she gave us assignments like they do on a Friday. And as students, we didn't do the assignments. And again, we were looking for excuses. And so she came Monday morning and she was like, okay, the assignment I gave you, and we were giving excuses and all that. There was no light in the hostel. Of course, we could have done it without the lights. In fact, there's no...
Everybody
And
party
she-
somewhere.
We were just looking whether, that excuse, Oma Jello, whether we... And she took it so seriously. I was like, oh my God, you people are just so trying. Like, how could they not? I was like,
The thing enter.
it entered. But you could see the way things are. She was comparing us with where she came from, which is Germany. And the truth is that if there was no light, we would light up candle and would do the work. No big deal about
She
it.
even bought it because she's like, what?
Because she doesn't see
It's
it being
legitimate to
normal.
her.
Yes.
You shouldn't put students in that situation. You shouldn't.
So let's talk Tinubu. In this, we can't discuss all of this without talking the government. Anyway,
Okay, yeah, we can.
some people are of the opinion that his reforms are tough on us, but will pay off in the end. While some are of the opinion that this man is absolutely doing nothing. Someone like Randy Peters, for example, now Randy doesn't even see anything good happening right now in this government. You know Randy, right? He should run. Please go check him out. Randy doesn't even have time for this government at all. But my brother and friend Sheilo, for example, preaches the good side of this government. Now I want to throw it open to everyone. What do you think? How far and how good do you think our government has done so far?
I would like to speak before the professionals.
Yeah, you don't see this is politics.
Actually, it's not politics.
No, generally, I think our we have too many external interference from my opinion, because there are policies. For someone who really love their people, there are some of the policies I see that I know long term is detrimental no matter the country, whether third world, first world, second
Can you
world.
cite an example of one?
Okay, a classical example is the interest on loans. You can never go. There's no country that can grow like that. Do you know that Nigerians are one of the highest purchasers of sportwares? What's it called? Some of all these gadgets you see in this country, in Africa, Nigerians are one of the highest purchasers of this thing. But you see, because of it's difficult for people to raise loans, we have high tax. It's difficult for people to raise capital. How many big factories, big multinational factories have you seen in Nigeria? But they're in Ghana. There are some other countries that you see those things pull people down. Imagine you telling
So why are they not in Nigeria?
interest.
So Nigeria
Interest, that and one, then high tax. There are some incentive you should give to investors. Like she was mentioning on SMEs. SMEs run this country.
Absolutely. Any economy.
SME runs this country. If you are giving a loan to the likes of the $10, and I'm not saying it's bad, it's good, but you see, the 1% of the 1% are not the drivers of the economy. You understand? They give loan to those people at very, very minimal, interest, and they give them time to pay. You'll be hearing 10 years, 15 years, 20 years to pay loan. You go borrow first. They count 12 months on your neck.
That they give those ones is different from the interest they give company.
Yes, now who are you? How do you form? On those people on Sunday they will open bank for them. Bank manager will come and count their money.
Actually,
yes,
actually,
they give preference to those people who are the benefits of what we are going through right now. Yeah, it is. But the thing is, okay, and the idea of Nigerian leadership is how do I put it now? We do not really understand what it is to lead the people. Basically,
hold on to that thought first.
Okay.
Somebody's, the guy that I was speaking with said to me that look at it now, that when Tinubu came in, petrol went from, I think, how much was it again? Was it 2 something to 1,000 immediately? Yeah. And that he promised that everything was going to come back to normalcy, but everything needed to go crazy because of the removal of the subsidy. That have we noticed that from that 1,000, it has come down to 860 and it's gradually coming down. He cited that, look at rice, for example. A bag of rice moved from 40K to 100,000 naira. Today is 50 or 60,000 naira. And nobody is talking about that. You get. So he cited all these examples that can we see that everything is dropping gradually. And not just rice.
This is the reason why I'm saying
first, yeah.
Before I started this conversation, I said I think we have external manipulation or external influence to our economy, because the reason why we are still very confident borrowing is because the World Bank and probably IMF, they are telling our government that don't worry, increase their tax, increase their interest, you can pay back. Increase their tax, increase their interest. And that is how the West keeps the African impoverished, because you will never pay back your loan. And then you begin to agree to rubbish.
No lender wants his debtor to finish paying.
Yes. Yes.
It's servicing the debt.
Yes, you now tell us, say, don't worry, increase their income tax, increase the this, don't reduce their interest. And see, one of the best ways to cripple any economy is to increase interest rates on loans. And this is what caused Second World War between the Adolf Hitler and the
don't bring war.
No. You know what it made me talk am. See, man. Why they pursue the Jews for Germany? They get all the banks, and the interest were not payable. People were crippled financially. And Hitler said, "What did they bring all this guy rubbish?" He said, "Made they pursue all the Jews." He now brought a law. Say he called open bar, say no more interest. In less than 6 years, Germany became the best economy in the world. You get what I'm trying to say?
I get your point.
It's really very sad. Well, you were saying about the Nigerian, since now finance we did, I mean, they talk about that.
Please,
so to the professional. Yeah, go ahead.
Mike, please.
I take note of what you are saying, and I think even recently, I read it somewhere that they've actually reduced the interest rate. But I'm taking you on what you said. Yes, petrol has reduced the price and like rice, but have we actually seen it in the real economy? In the buses you take, would they ever go down? And those things matter. If I, as a pepper seller, right, I take from mile 2, is it mile 2 that they buy that, and I'm paying 4,000 naira on.
Omolade, I have a response to this.
Please, so
now they have brought it down. Me and you are the ones that increased it, and we will never bring it down. So we are our problem. We are our problem.
You actually got it, because I was always my thought was, have we ever had inflation, and then it goes
come
down?
back to deflation?
Have we ever had? It never comes down. So that's the problem I'm having. That's my dilemma. That okay, rice has come down, fuel has come down. If you tell that driver that Shebi fuel is no longer, it won't go back. And
so this is it. I think
our own
laws should be put in place to deal with people like that. Anyway, let's hold on. Guys, we'll be right back. My name still remains Alex Osho, and the show is Off the Mic Podcast. I still have my beautiful guest and co-host here with me. We'll be right back in a bit. Don't go anywhere. See you.
everyone, we are back again. You're watching Off the Mic podcast. We're still here with our beautiful guest, financial lawyer Omolade.
Yes, so.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you see life, she only called Omolade. Don't forget the new gender. This gender doesn't care about us. So.
I will introduce myself by myself. You hear me? I will introduce myself by myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Idahosa right here.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Which one be sexy voice where you can give us?
It's my default setting. Now when I do it, now they bring on
Is my name.
Uwa Idahosa is my name. I'm from the ancient city of Benin Kingdom.
You must have everything.
Okay.
Anyway, so we're talking about Nigerians and their attitude. I want to quickly touch this. The loan apps. You get. So quite a number of people have made it difficult for others to get funds from those loan apps. This is me speaking from having to sit down to listen to people talk on I am not paying back that money and those kind of things. Their interest rate is too much. They have cheated me for too long and all that. How much do they give out these loans for, like in terms of interest? And do you think it's fair on the citizens?
Okay. So
you know they use loan app now. Me they use.
And but she's the one that
make her talk finish, then she'll continue. Now we are the users, you guys are the evaluator. I'll be waiting that they call now. So I think some of them are very criminal minded in the sense that yes.
who are them?
Some of the
don't mention their names here.
Some of the apps, yes, are criminal minded in the sense that there are times you say, okay, let me just take this one so that I'll pay quickly. They will not give you the option to pay quickly. They will stretch it to 6 months or 9 months to increase the interest.
Okay.
So if they say 16%, they will add that 16% for the next 6 months.
Times 6 months.
Yes, you will not even get the option to pay next month.
Omolade is begging to differ.
No,
Mike, please.
I've never used
Okay.
it before, so I will be asking questions.
Okay,
so do you know that option before getting
Accepting the loan?
Accepting. So maybe it says I want to learn. I want to borrow 50,000 naira.
Yes.
Does it show you? Okay, is it for 3 months? For 6 months?
Yes.
For
12
2 months?
months?
And
Or
then
what?
you chose maybe 2 months. And then somehow it
They
changed
say no.
after they've given it to you, they've disbursed. What do you
See,
those options before
I'm saying you probably want to take a loan. Maybe for a quick business. Say, okay, in the next 2 weeks, you suppose don't get your return sharp. If you say make you check for the loan, okay, let's say you want to take 1 million naira and you want to pay back. If you check the options to pay back, this is before you they will not give you the option for you to pay next month or 2 months from now. So you are now under
Duress.
pressure
And pressure.
and duress and based on desperation you now say,
accept what is available?
oh, actually let me just do it now. And you see this thing, especially when they come out, you know they put back. Some people who really owe, they're not the plan. They're not the plan. There's a before you say I'm turning this thing to comedy.
There is so when you make business, it's for what?
Profit. Yeah.
Profit.
Right? So for them, when you borrow somebody, if I should, lend you 5,000 naira, right? And I'm telling you, give me 5,500 back. The profit for me is that interest,
500.
that 500,
Yes.
right? Now, and that profit, I could only get it if there is like that deferred payment. Do you get? So for them, that is that opportunity of deferred payment that gives them the profit. And that is why I understand that they are taking advantage of your desperation. Do you get it? But for them, they are thinking from this loan, from this 500,000 naira.
Can I make back
Can
an
I
extra
make back?
100,000?
And looking at all of my expenses, I have to pay my staff, I have to do this, I have to do this. What is the profit? On this 50,000.
But you know what? Have you looked at this from the fact that they have numbers? They have numbers. They have numbers.
If
If you are giving lots of people,
business.
You have
So look at it from that angle
That's their
too.
own way of making money. So it's up to you to not collect the loan.
Not collect.
Accept the loan.
So they are, I understand that
Very
they are making use of your desperation.
Yes.
But so also for
However,
you, that is why we are in a capitalist society. Check around the one that is most favorable. You know,
Is there anyone favorable?
I don't know.
A lot of them, they have the same.
WhatsApp group.
See, it's like they just say, and you see, Nigerians are growing shameless every day with this loan app. You see, because they keep coming up with different strategy of how to get back their loans.
Let's go back to the finance.
Wait. I need to say this. Do you know that a particular loan app was so frustrated? A guy did not pay back his loan. He deferred for 5 days. You understand? And this loan app printed his obituary. No cap. And yes, he saw it online. They posted it on Twitter.
You know
The
that's
guy
what I
can't
talk
repost
about.
Sam. Yes, now you can't shame the shameless. The guy say he can't write for under. He say, if I pay una this money, may this obituary be true. And I stand with you, sir, wherever you are. What kind of thing is that? And so a lot of them take laws into.
You know why I'm laughing this hard? Because exactly what I wanted to talk about is what he talked about. Exactly what I wanted to talk about is what you talked about.
So okay, there's
crazy.
also there are also cases where you probably request for a loan, they will not approve. Then they will now give you 5 days to the expiration date and tell you need to pay back. Oh,
You
you
apply for a loan.
yes.
They
Okay.
didn't approve
Let me
it.
give you an instance. There was a time I needed money. Everybody here they tell me story. Me, I rather pay that interest with the on top than to come they explain. Come they do like that, they do proposal. I'll just sharp. I requested that and they didn't approve it. Small money. I said, sharp, man, I just say 2 weeks. I think whether 2 weeks to the date I was supposed to pay back. Because when I requested, they said it was not approved. I said, no, wala. And I got it somewhere. I did what I needed to do. I got like half of it and I did what I needed to do. Somewhere else. I think it was like 1 month later. I just see 800,000 from my account with an anonymous account number. I nearly go give testimony. I say, Father Lord, you are great. You understand? I was say, I called everybody I needed, all the people I did business with. They say they not send me money. I say, wow, this is strange. I called my account officer. My account officer said, nah, personal account number. I said, give me the phone number of that account where they this thing. He gave me the number. I call and the number, they forward my call. I said, okay, no shaking. God works in mysterious ways. You know, say now when that money don't digest, I don't disburse. You know the way money be now. As he come, they go. As he they collect it, they give you get out. Anyways, I've just used that money. Never reached 7 days. They say I need to call pay back my money. They say my loan go due in 5 days. I say how? Who be this? Who are you? How do you form? Because I didn't remember collecting loan from anybody. I said they begin worrying my life. They say next day they say maybe you want to say your picture will be everywhere. You think you don't have shame, and we'll post your picture. I say I will send you my nude when you post them. Maybe like say you dey craze. It was when he now showed me where I applied for the loan and everything. I say, look at this money. You not send me this money. Why?
Well, you
After
should have
the
taken
wedding.
you should have snapped the rejection.
Proof, yeah.
I said it was rejected.
Hey.
And that's problem. I think people also receive that kind of thing, that you receive money and you don't know where it comes from, right? So I think I've done that. I had to actually go to the bank to tell them, hey, I received this. Where did it come from? And then they were like, oh, that. Actually, I think at the end of the day, it was my brother or someone else that actually sent it to me. But I was afraid so that they will not use my account to do some sort of laundering or scam or this thing. So I think one should be careful when it comes to receiving such money. And monitoring people you give your account number two. That's two. But going back to the issue of these loan apps, the kind of thing that they do, the ara, but this is it. Absolutely. But some of them, most of them, actually just operate under state money lending license.
Okay.
Do you get it? If it were to be CBN, they can't do
A lot of those stuff.
such things. And even at that, you can report them to FCCPC, that is Federal Competition and Consumer Protection.
Write them down.
FCCP.
Those are the things that you can do. The FCCPC is the organization that is set up by government, by the act actually, for consumer protection. Anything, so all this harassment, all this sending obituary and all that, you can actually report them, to FCCPC. Well, but for some of them that have evolved, right, that have gone through CBN, they are more and more careful. I don't want to say that they don't do that, but I want to believe that they don't do that.
Some of them are
thing.
like banks, and they're like regular banks now to me, because, for example, I use OP. I use OP, and the reason why I use OP is that's the license.
CBN license.
And the reason why I use OP is any transaction, now I will get time. No be all this one we be say I will dey wait forever,
But
I
for
get my
some of
transaction
them, it's all
immediately.
the state money lenders, and how much do they pay? I don't know. Maybe 100K, 50K to just, I don't know. I mean, don't quote me on that. But it's money lenders, and the usual traditional money lenders that we have.
Exactly,
Those
exactly.
people.
Yeah.
But what have they done? They've now evolved. They now use this thing. They now use apps.
I get you now, Omolade. They are doing those money lenders style, but they are packaged it
But
in
they're
a
not
app.
apps. That means anybody
I
from
see.
anywhere can borrow money from them.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So you can imagine. So what I'm trying to say is that a law, the state law that we have from God knows since my grandfather's days,
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know, that allows money lenders within one community,
Yes,
within
to
that
lend money and
little village you are coming from, to lend money. How can that law be sufficient for apps? Do you get it? Within that community, we all know ourselves. Oh, Mama Lagbaja borrowed 1,000 naira from me. If she doesn't pay, I know where Mama Lagbaja is. I can go and, where is my money now? That kind of thing.
And even if the borrowers who say, Mama Lagbaja, you pay 500, people will come in.
We all know ourselves now. Do you get it?
Yeah.
But now that you now move that model into
app.
where the person borrowing the money is probably, I don't know where. Do you get it? And it can disappear.
No wonder.
That law is not sufficient, right? And the problem is that the threshold is low, so anybody can come into it. And the CBN threshold is high. The amount of money you even use in getting the license and the process is so rigorous. Do you get it? And that was why FCCPC stepped in and said, for you to put on your apps on App Store or what's the other one?
Play Store.
Register with us. So they have some sort of is to regulate. But if you find yourself in that situation where they are harassing you with them, I'll say let FCCPC know about it.
Good. Thank you so much. No, bring my back. I want to find out notes from you to any young entrepreneur. I mean, okay, I'm going into business or I've started business and I'm struggling. What would be your advice for a young entrepreneur who wants to scale up his business to the next level?
Okay, so I will be talking from the point of like your finances and all that. I would say number one, you need to sit down and know the cost of starting up your business. I know that people will say that, don't say because of money, you are not going to do something. Start doing something. Yes, do that, but it doesn't stop you from sitting down to know how much will it cost me to start this business. You need it to prepare yourself mentally. And I'm saying this because I had this discussion with a founder doing great things, one solution that is fine about security in schools and all that. But he has spent so much money, unbelievable amount of money, that it has put a strain on his finances, on his family. I think the wife left him. So we are talking about unintended consequences of not understanding the cost, not only the financial cost, but all the chain. The chain of, because business can be drained, like it can drain you. It can drain you, your business, your strength, your
life.
everything,
You think you're saying his wife left him?
your time. So I usually start with that kind, how it can destroy you. So sit down, I know we are not, it's not religious and all that, but the Bible says that which one of you will want to build a house, sit down
Count
first
the cost.
and know the cost. It is not so it discourages you. No, it is so that it prepares you. Then another thing I would say is that try as much as possible to let the business start making money immediately. Some people will look for the perfect product, until it is like this, nah. The minimum product, roll it out so that you start testing it in the market. Does this idea even work? Is somebody ready? Somebody
You can
ready to
adjust
pay
from
money?
there.
Then you fine tune. So let it start making money from, let it start making money little by little. It tests your idea, then you start fine tuning it. It also takes to the next one, which means let the business dictate its own need. Don't force feed it. And we have it with many founders and all that. They'll start doing this. They see that somebody is doing is sponsoring a program. So me too, I will sponsor it so that I'm also out there and all that. We'll get a big place in Ikoyi. We will do this. Does your business
They
need
play.
it? Let the business be the one to say, there is now the need for us
For expansion.
to do this. We now need this, and we do it also. Don't engage somebody. For instance, even if as a lawyer, provide the startup with only what it needs
Part time.
so that you don't deploy all your resources on something that it doesn't need. So that is very, very important. Also, I'll tell them, get mentors, get financial advisors, get lawyers to advise you on what is right and risk and all those issues. So get somebody to help you. If you don't have money for lawyers, which you should have, because if you don't have money for your lawyers, the amount of money you pay to clear the mass. Do you get it?
It's not so expensive to get like financial advice.
That is why
You're saying somebody looking good, like you think it's cheap.
that is why I said,
Don't see our pocket.
even as a lawyer, right, you don't force feed the startup with everything. It's more of what does that startup need. Maybe for now, it is about getting employers, the right employers. So provide them with employment law services. Shikina. Right?
Good.
While you still, of course, as a lawyer, you can't avoid some other things. You need, even though you didn't pay me for this, there's this issue that you
Needs
should
to
look
be,
into.
good,
Do you get
good.
it? But what you are trying to do is you try to tailor their your legal advices to them to what they need now. And so you just, because you can't tell me, Omolade, come and do everything for me, employment law, this. You pay me for that. But the problem is maybe you don't even need it. Why am I force feeding you? Right? So another thing is when you are looking for investors, don't just accept money. You need to look at the person you are accepting money from. Right? So I know that, the truth is all these investors, before they invest in you as a founder, they do due diligence. They ask we lawyers to go search in and out of you, to search you out. And then they make their decisions on that.
Based on that,
So
yeah.
also you should do due diligence on your investors. You should know who they are. Are they the kind of person you want to invite into your business? Because whether or not you like it is a marriage. For that period of time that you are having their money, you hold on to their money, and the time they actually exit, where they sell your shares and they go their way. That period of time, whether it is 3 years, 2 years, 5 years that you are going to be together, it's a marriage. If you are not compatible, it's going to be yam pepper scatter, right? Really. So you need to know who they are, right? Are they the kind of person that when they want to leave, when they are exiting, they are selling your shares? Maybe they are the kind of people that sell to other companies, right? If they sell to other companies, those other companies, do they match up with your values? Do you have the same value? Right? You have to look at it. Am I trying to exit and as a founder? Some founders build businesses just to sell.
Build and then sell and bye bye.
They sell and they buy by the cash out, right? There are people like that. They start up, build it up. They don't want to hold on to it for life. They want to sell, maybe at an IPO and all that. They just cash out and
Goodbye.
that is it. Maybe they start another one. There are some that are like serial entrepreneurs like that.
Entrepreneurs.
Whereas your own goal could be, no, I want to maintain this business. I want to, for my children, I want to institutionalize it. You know, the Mercedes Benz.
Yes.
Even though they sell, they still hold some equity and manage it. So what is your goal? What is your strategy? What is your vision for this company? And when you have that, you'll be able to know what kind of investor meets with that kind of goal. Do you get it? What are their values? So that you don't have a mismatched values. Then another thing you need to look at is, the kind of funding, right? So sometimes you may have maybe funding that are long term.
Yeah, before we went on the break, you were talking about us being careful of who funds our business. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yes. So receiving investments, whether it is by debt or equity means shares.
Please
So
mean
maybe-
Michael. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Whether it is by debt, loans, or equity, buying shares, is more or less a temporary marriage at that time, especially if it is by equity, shares, buying shares in your company. So the investor comes, gives you money, and you give the person shares. That period of time you are together, you are co-shareholders, right? It's a marriage, right? And so there must be compatibility in terms of value, in terms of visions for the company, right? So it is important for you, just like the investor would do due diligence on you, you also do due diligence on the investor to see whether your values align, your goal and your vision for the company aligns, or else there'll be lots of issues, and then you can have things like maybe boardroom issues, between directors and all that. It may jeopardize the whole company itself and bring it to a halt. So you have to be careful of the kind of investor you invite in.
Do we have enough institutions that helps to manage entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, businesses like your company does?
Okay, so you have ops, accelerator programs and all those that they help you, they guide you, they prepare you actually as founders for those kind of corporate issues, and they may give you some sort of mentorship, right? So you are not at they guide you as to, okay, these are things that happen. For us in the law firm, what we try to do is, when you come to us like, oh, I'm seeking investment and all that, we also conduct due diligence, like I was saying, on those investors. We try to know what your goals are, and then try to see whether these are the things with regards to these investors. These are the ways they exit the company. Does it align with your own ways of
Will
doing
it be in
so
your favor at the end of the day?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Thank you so much for coming around. We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
You think she did a good job?
She did. In fact, I've learned so much now. I have to be very careful with the people that I actually, meet for financial advice.
Yeah.
The things that I do with my money, I actually have to be very careful. So thank you, and I will still see you after. You need to still teach me how to, because I need actually looking at investing in stocks and all of that, because I know it's actually good. So yeah.
Be careful, Shao. This talk my time. I'm not discouraging you, but
Yeah, but I know what you're saying.
yeah, but
There's a lot of
one
risks.
has to be informed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to be
because
really
another
informed.
specialized area.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I also thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine. We are waiting for the 1st of January for 2020.
For the
The thing is spending this guy more than everybody. I don't understand that.
Now it's that.
And of course, my Adaisi talk to me was perfect.
I'm good though.
Till we come your way again next week, it is adios, amigos. My name remains Alex Osho, and it is Off the Mic Podcast.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.